Hello everyone and welcome to Tell Me About Gaming. Sit back, relax, and open up those ears because today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the game This Strange Realm of Mine. Let's get into it. So first of all, just a quick disclaimer, I wanted to let you guys know that I was provided a free review copy of the game by the developers, so a huge thank you to them for doing that for me. With that being said, let's actually get into this review. So, This Strange Realm of Mine, what is this game? Well, I don't know how to explain this game because it is very weird, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. For the main part, this game seems to be like an old school throwback to the old school FPS games like Doom and Wolfenstein. The art style fits right into that, and that's how it feels. However, the game is constantly changing up what you're doing, which is really great, and we're going to be talking about that later on. But first of all, I want to start by talking about the game's art style. So, as I just mentioned, this game feels like a very nice throwback to the old Doom and Wolfenstein 3D days. It has that old school FPS art style to it, and personally, I love it. But once again, art styles in video games are usually very subjective, and I can definitely see how some people maybe would not like this type of style. Personally, however, I think it is very well done. It looks cool, it looks awesome, it has that nostalgic feeling, and I very much enjoy the art style, so it gets a big 2 thumbs up from me on that one. So now let's talk about the music and the sound. First of all, the music in this game is nothing special. Let's say that right off the bat. Now, the music isn't bad by any means. I think it's actually quite good. However, it is certainly nothing amazing. It's not some of the best music I've ever heard. It gets the job done. It does what it needs to do. It doesn't get in the way, and that's all there really is to it. Sometimes the music can get a little bit repetitive and a little bit annoying. However, most of the time it wasn't really an issue. The music would change depending on the environments you were in. It was done quite nicely, and as I said before, nothing amazing, also nothing bad. I think plain out the music is just good. Now, in terms of the sound, this is once again kind of falls into the same area as the music. It's nothing amazing, however, it's certainly not bad either. Everything sounds pretty decent. I do wish that some of the guns, like the shotgun, had a little bit of a heavier kick to it. However, it's not a huge issue, and once again, it's quite decent. There's nothing really to complain about. However, there's nothing really to drool over. It's a pretty average sound design game. Now finally, on the artistic side of things, I want to talk about the story and the writing. Now, this game goes into some very deep subjects, whether that be mental health, religion, death. It deals with a lot of very deep subjects, and I think for the main part, it does it quite well. It makes a thought-provoking experience, and it's more than your average Save the Princess story. It's quite nice. With that being said, however, the story and the writing is kind of weird for me. At certain times, the writing is excellent. A lot of the poems in this game are very well done, and I very much enjoy them. However, there's some random dialogue with the characters that plain out aren't spelt right, or that use incorrect words, or just don't make that much sense in a structural viewpoint. However, I still think it's good, it gets the job done, and when it comes to the very good stuff like the poems and the deep end of the story, like the mental health issues and that type of thing, it is done very well, and I really do enjoy it, and I think it deserves a thumbs up for sure. Alright, so now that we've talked about the artistic sides of the game, let's actually get into the gameplay itself, and this is where the game really shines. Now, again, there's nothing amazing about the gameplay. It's your average first-person shooter. It's that same old FPS that you're used to. However, it has a very good way of changing things up. So from one moment, you might be going through sewers fighting rats with weapons. The next moment, you're helping a dog find its fluffy toy. Then maybe you're playing a 2D platformer, or maybe you're helping someone build a boat. Things are constantly changing, and not only is the gameplay changing, the environments that this gameplay takes place in also change, which is very, very well done. It adds a lot of variety to the game, and it makes it stand out from most of the other common FPS games. It makes it unique, which is very important in this day and age, especially when it comes to indie games. In terms of the actual gameplay itself and the controls, everything works quite well. However, there is sometimes that the controls like to be a little bit finicky, which can result in some annoying scenarios, but it's not very often, and for the main part, everything works quite nice. The game also features puzzles, which are pretty fun for the main part. I actually enjoyed them. They're not very challenging, so if you're somebody who absolutely loves puzzle-based games and you're looking for some insane challenge when it comes to the puzzles, that isn't something you're really going to find here. However, if you're like me and you like to be challenged a little bit, the puzzles are very well done in this game. They're fun, they're quick, and they don't take too long to figure out, so they're not frustrating. They're just a nice little addition to the gameplay to once again change things up. Now, this is something that I really have to commend the developer for on this game, and that is I cannot find very many bugs. In fact, so far personally, I have not experienced a single bug yet, which is amazing to see, especially from an independent developer when you see these AAA games with millions of dollars not able to release their games nice and polished, yet someone can do it on their own. So that's a big, huge double thumbs up for me. Great job to you for making sure that the game was nice and polished. Everything works well, and on my system at least, everything has been running perfectly fine, and I love it. The only thing that I've experienced so far is sometimes, very rare, but sometimes you will experience little FPS drops where it'll go from 60 to 20 for like 2 seconds, probably just because of loading errors or something like that, and then it comes right back. It's not very often, it's not that annoying, however it is there, so I figured I would point it out. But otherwise, this game is usually squeaky clean from what I can see when it comes to bugs and stuff, so big double thumbs up for that. Now, of course, we saved the most important subject for last, and that is playing out how fun is the game? Does it keep you interested? Is it worth actually playing? And I'm very happy to say that I think this game is definitely worth playing, and it's definitely fun. As I've said before, it does a great job at changing things up. It adds a lot of variety to the gameplay, and it keeps you interested. Now, it is worth saying that this game is not a humongously long game. It's not going to take you 30 hours to beat, obviously. It's an indie game, but it still has a good amount of content to it, and it's still very good, very fun, very unique, and very awesome to play. I really enjoyed it, and overall, I'd definitely give this game a double thumbs up and recommend it to any of you who are a fan of this genre. Now, with that being said, the one thing I do want to bring up is the price of this game. It is a little bit on the expensive side, especially for the amount of content. I don't think it's necessarily worth that much money. As I said before, I was provided a review copy, so I didn't actually have to pay for it. But for those of you who are planning on buying the game, I'd recommend maybe waiting for a little sale for it to drop a bit. But if you want into this game right now, you're not going to be disappointed. Even at that price point, it's worth it. So overall, I think This Strange Realm of Mine is a very good game. For an indie game, it is very well done, it is very unique, very fun, and while not all the systems are the most amazing things on this planet, I think everything together as a package is quite good, and it is very much worth it. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed this review. This game was really great, and once again, I want to give a big thank you to the developers for providing me with a review copy. As far as I can tell, I believe this game was actually made by just one person. I may be incorrect on that, but if that is true, then that is absolutely amazing. You, sir, did a fantastic job. You should be very proud of yourself. So once again, thank you to the devs for providing me the review copy. Thank you to you guys for checking out this video. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you like this content, subscribe and wait around for some more just like this. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see your beautiful minds next time right here on Tell Me About Gaming.